Okay, so today we're going to be working on the firewall and the station number 3 bulkhead. And one of the first steps in doing that is I need to go and drill holes that'll be used for the engine mounts. And we're going to do this. We have this high-speed drill from Aircraft Tool Supply that has a variable speed trigger on it, which is really helpful. I've put a step drill into it, and this can actually go up to 4,000 RPM, which is really helpful because we're going to use the variable speed as we get through the different steps of the drill, but then also want it slow at other times to use the step drill to actually deburr the hole in addition to just cutting the hole from scratch. And it happens to come with you can get different chucks for it. In this case, I've chosen to go with a speed chuck that I can just use by hand to swap out drills as opposed to a standard one. So let's get started. So next up in our build, we're going to work on the aircraft firewall. And the aircraft firewall starts as this sheet of stainless steel. As you can see on it though, it's got traced out the pattern that we need to cut. We need to cut it out to fit, and then we need to mount our hat sections onto the frame so that we can actually have stiffeners and mounting points to the actual frame. So let's take you along that journey and show you how we go about this process, match drill the locations, and get everything properly mounted. Many of the components that come in the kit are actually templates drawn on the sheet metal that we then have to cut out and then customize the holes, and it kind of shows us where the support brackets go. In this case, we're working on the stainless firewall, and Ben is going about doing the cutting of the firewall, and so he's cutting the perimeter out, and then we're going to make sure that everything is measured properly, and we're going to cut out, drill out the holes and start putting the support structure on that allows us to go and attach this to the aircraft. How's it going, Ben?
Going good, yeah.
Excellent.
Making progress.
Good. Okay, so Ben did a great job doing all of the work it took to cut this out by hand, this firewall out of stainless steel. And so now we've got to go and refine the edges. So I'm going to take the easy part of the job and go about this. Now, one of the most important things when doing this, we've got two different types of files that we're using. The first is called a Vixen file, and that is great for shaving and contouring things where you're really trying to gently shave the metal into a certain shape. And then when that's done, we use a more traditional file that will actually take those burrs off and smooth the edges. And so we've gone through some of this with the Vixen file, and then I'm going to come back and take those edges off so that we can minimize the damage to our cells. I've already got one wound, and so we'll try to minimize that and probably use some gloves next time to protect ourselves even better. And so we're going to get started and get this firewall mounted so we can get the first piece and seeing the actual shape of the fuselage come together.